Have you ever felt like the ground beneath the IT industry is shifting? Like the days of just plugging in a console cable and typing commands are fading away, replaced by something invisible?
Oh, absolutely. We aren't just plumbers of the internet anymore. We're becoming architects of a digital nervous system. And if you want to prove you can handle that shift, there is one hurdle standing in your way.
You're talking about the CCNP ENCOR, right? The 35401.
Exactly. It's the gatekeeper. It's not just an exam. It's a statement that you understand how the old world of hardware connects to the new world of software. But here's the question. Is it just a badge, or does it actually change how you see the network?
That's what I want to dig into today, because looking at the syllabus, this thing is a monster. It covers everything from wireless signals to Python scripts. Where do we even start with a beast like this?
You start with the blueprint, the architecture section. It's about 15% of the exam, but conceptually, it's the foundation. You aren't just configuring routers, you're designing redundancy, capacity planning, and understanding SD-WAN.
SD-WAN seems to be the buzzword of the decade.
For good reason. It's the brain of the operation. But notice the shift here. The exam expects you to understand design principles, not just implementation. It asks, why are you building it this way? Then you move into virtualization, which is another 10%.
Right? The ghost in the machine, VRFs, GRE tunnels, VXLAN. It feels like we are abstracting everything away from the physical hardware.
That's the trend. But don't get too comfortable in the clouds, because the biggest chunk of this exam, 30%, is still good old-fashioned infrastructure.
The nuts and bolts?
The bedrock. Layer 2, Layer 3, OSPF, BGP. If you can't troubleshoot a spanning tree loop or configure EIGRP, none of that fancy software-defined stuff matters. It's interesting, though, because they've heavily integrated wireless into this section too. Roaming, antenna types, signal strength.
So you have to be a jack of all trades? You need to know how radio waves propagate and how to configure a routing protocol?
Precisely. And just when you think you're safe, they hit you with the modern reality. Automation and security.
I saw that. Automation is 15% of the exam now. That scares a lot of traditional network engineers. Do we really need to be programmers?
You don't need to be a software developer, but you do need to be literate. You need to understand Python components, JSON files, and APIs. The exam asks you to interpret REST API response codes. It's basically saying, if you can't script it, you can't scale it.
That's a tough pill to swallow for the guys who love the CLI, but I suppose that's where the money is.
It is. And don't forget, security, 20% of the exam. It's massive. We're talking CCIE, ACLs, CoPP, and even REST API security. You're guarding the fortress while simultaneously trying to automate the gates.
Sounds exhausting and expensive.
It's an investment. The exam is $400 and 120 minutes long. About 100 questions. It's a marathon. And let's be honest, it's hard. It's rated as difficult because the scope is so wide. You can't just memorize dumps. You have to know the logic.
But the payoff seems substantial. I was looking at the numbers. Salaries in the US ranging from $80,000 to over $115,000.
Easily. And in places like the UK or Germany, the standard of living increase is significant. It opens doors to roles like network architect or cloud network engineer. It's the difference between being the person who fixes the Wi-Fi and the person who designs the enterprise.
So, strictly speaking, you don't need the CCNA first, right?
Technically, no. There are no formal prerequisites. But trying to tackle ENCOR without CCNA knowledge is like trying to write a novel without knowing the alphabet. You can try, but it's going to be painful.
It sounds like this exam is really a filter. It filters out those who are stuck in the past from those ready for the future.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's about network assurance, which is the final 10% of the syllabus, by the way. Tools like NetFlow and DNA Center. It's moving from I hope this works to I know this works, and here is the data to prove it.
So, looking at the big picture, This isn't just about getting a certificate to hang on the wall.
No, it's about survival. The industry is merging networking with development. The ENCOR syllabus is essentially a map of where the entire IT world is going. If you ignore automation or virtualization, you're designing obsolete networks.
That's a heavy thought. We are moving from connecting wires to connecting logic.
And the engineers who can bridge that gap, who can speak both BGP and Python, are the ones who are going to write the future.
Well, for anyone listening who has been hesitating to book that exam date, maybe this is your sign. It's going to be hard, but the view from the top looks pretty good. Thanks for breaking it down with us.
Anytime. Keep studying, keep scripting.
See you all in the next episode.